in the chat. Where are you watching from in the chat? Talk to me. Let me know where you're watching from in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. We trying to keep it calm right now. We trying to keep it calm because I'm telling you, my brother in the back, we about to bring this energy. So jumping into the show, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate that like, Spidey. My brother Spidey checking in on that Facebook side. Appreciate that, man. Well, yeah, I'm about to turn up tonight, man. We're going to turn up. My brother Jay Jackson in the building. I see you, man. Zach, Carla. I see all of y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Fam first, what's good? 431-165. I see you, 431 in the house. 165, home team checking in. Yes, sir. Columbus, Georgia in the house. I see you. She checking in from the office, from the comfort of my phone in Atlanta. That's what's up, man. ATL in the house. Yes, man. ATL in the house. Yeah. Yeah, ATL in the house. I see y'all over there on KB chat. Y'all can't hide it. Yeah. Don't be scared, Kaylin the boss. I be hearing y'all, seeing y'all whining, doing all that stuff and talking on Twitter. We here tonight, man. Let's have a conversation. Come on in. You're safe over here. AAA community, tell them they safe. They safe. It's safe over here. We good over here. Come on, man. Good to see you, Cadillac. Yeah, good to see you. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you. Checking in over there on KB side, man. Show my brother some love. Y'all better check in over there. Y'all better check in. Where y'all watching from over there? I'm about to bring them on in a second, but before we get into it, man, make sure y'all go check your boy out, man. We're hosting over on my side. If you want to become a member of this family, man, it's easy, man. Y'all come over here, support. Check your boy out. Of course, KB, we're going to give him his time, man. I'm telling you, this is my brother, man. I give him so much respect for doing this tonight, man. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be huge. But check it out, man. This is how you become a member. And shout out to my sponsors, man. We got sponsors over here now, man. Shout out to them and doing what they do for the network and what we're doing in this content creation land, man. Thank y'all for being here. Get ready to enjoy a night full of fun and hot debate here on the Coach Smook Network.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing. And we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community. And also, there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Leandre Gota Tejus.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it. Come on, chat. Fired up, man. I see y'all ready to get. Man, shout out to everybody pulling up over there on KB side, man. We got 33 over there pulling up, 53 over here on our side, and we got 46 on Twitter. Man, Twitter, I'm telling y'all better tap in, because guess what? Guess what? We ain't gonna do it yet. But without further ado, man, we got my brother in the back, man, coming to the stage. The man himself, the GOAT. I'm telling you, my dog, we just gotta have a conversation. And he was willing to come on the Coach Smook Network and have this conversation. My brother, my big brother, man, the one and only Kangaroo Black. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby. How you feeling, man?
Hey, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the AAA family. I want to give a shout out to the AAA family. I want to give a shout out to the members of the Kangaroo Clique that's in the chat, man. If y'all are not subscribed to Coach Smook channel, go over and subscribe. Well, you can do it now while you on here. Subscribe to Coach Smook. He got great content, and he giving you straight facts.
Hey, and that's what, you know what, KB? I think people get it twisted. I sit in your chat and I watch all your lives, man. I watch, like, for real. I don't say nothing because, you know, we don't want to create distractions. And I think that's something that we kind of respect amongst each other as content creators. Right. So, man, I tell my people all the time, we reference your content when we want to support our debates against other people's debates and all the other stuff. So we're going to get into this tonight, man. It's going to be a vibe. I'm telling y'all, everybody said, where's Nick Saban Jr.? Man, I could not get in touch with Day Day. Day Day is a personal partner of mine too. So this would have been good for him to be like the person in between, because that joke would be on both sides. He'd be like, one day I see, but we're going to get into it tonight, man. So Black, we got some things with this team, man. We got some topics of discussion we could jump into, but the hot topic has been the defensive coordinator, Kane Womack, and this defense and their lack of production, especially in the loss against Vanderbilt.
Right.
I'm going to open the floor, man, and I want you to just break it down on your viewpoint of what this defense, is it the scheme? Is it the players? Is it the play calling? Is it not enough energy? All of these things I'm hearing amongst the comments. I'm reading these things. I'm looking at these things. And I just want to hear it because you were very vocal, and you even went as far as to apologize to Pete Golden. Ugh.
Yeah, I did. Oh, Lord.
But go ahead, man. Go ahead, brother.
Alabama fans, I think we are so used to the Nick Saban style of defense. And now that we got something new, even though it was times where Nick Saban led defenses or the defensive Nick Saban defensive scheme had issues, we knew with Nick Saban it could get fixed, or it would be fixed. All right. With Kane Womack, we don't know that yet because we haven't seen it. First of all, really, we as Alabama fans haven't gave him a chance yet. All right. It's only 5 games in now, and we started off 6 quarters of mediocre defensive play. Right. So as far as the scheme, I think we just used to something else. Right. As far as the play calling, we can only refer to the last 6 quarters, because I'll say the first 2 games, what was it? Western Kentucky and South Florida, Wisconsin. I think the play calling was pretty good, even though we gave up some plays. We're in the run game, in my opinion, but every defense gives up plays in the run game at some point in time. All right. But as far as the play calling, I don't like the third down defense. I don't like the play calling. But then again, you mentioned something earlier. The physicality. You can't teach physicality. You got to come in the game physical. You that's just got to be in you and in your heart to say, hey, I'm gonna dominate. Right? It's going to take everybody on the defensive side of the ball to come together and say, we are going to be a dominant defense. And if you're not being dominant, it's going to take your brother to hold you accountable. Don't depend on the coaches. All right. Even if, okay, as fans, it might be a wrong call in our opinion. All right. But we not on the field. We not a player. We not a coach. But the thing is, when you get that play call, you got to say, hey, I'm going to dominate on this play. You can't just, basically, in my mind, it was lackluster defense against Vanderbilt because we was getting pushed around, especially in the trenches, and that just can't happen.
I understand. I get what you're saying. And there's maybe 7 or 8 plays in the first half that I could reference where your point would be it would set the tone for the whole debate, the whole argument on whether it's the scheme or it's the players. But I can show you 8 other plays before those plays in the second quarter when they extended the drive 3 times on third down. When plays where you have to in that against that style, the 4-2-5 is not set up. I want everybody to understand something. I'm not saying the 4-2-5 is set up to stop the read option style of offense, especially when you're coming out in 12 personnel like Vanderbilt was doing. That I mean the size and everything. So you have to count on guys winning their one-on-ones. You gave me that point. You have to count on guys winning their one-on-ones. So everybody's like, why are we not seeing run blitzes? Well, you can't shoot gaps when you're trying to make them react off of what you're showing. And it's on the player to be an athlete when you set up in position. Take it for instance. I mean, and this is the play. This is the first play I want to rest with. This is the first play where we had an opportunity to set the tone and remain this 4-2-5 bend but don't break swarm style defense. And I'm gonna highlight it and I want y'all to just watch it slowly. What happens in this play? This is 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. This is not even 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and 1. Look at where the contact. Look at how much push this defensive front. And mind you, I want y'all to look at this alignment. Yes, it looks like a true 4 front, but there are 3 defensive linemen and 4 linebackers on the field right now. I mean, 3 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers on the field, and you have 5 defensive backs on the field. So we're in our base personnel. 4-2-5, you can shift your formations, alignment changes, but based off the formation, right? You have an overload to one side, so you have to shift your formation. We're set up, right? Let's run the play. Now, what I see here, we're stopping. First off of the defensive line push. This was happening twice on this drive. This happened twice on this drive early in the drive. We're getting penetration with the D-line. You see Damon Payne, he's coming down, crashing. You see him crashing down. Got the right tackle, the left tackle, got him bent up in the. Where's our linebacker aggression right now? Where's the linebacker aggression right now?
Linebacker should be in the hole right here.
Right now. So to me, this is not a defensive. This is not a play calling issue right here. This is a linebacker not keying the simple things. You have a defensive end in front of you, a defensive tackle, defensive end, whatever we want to classify Damon Payne in this alignment. We have him sitting there doing his job, clearing, washing out the mess so you can go and fill.
But first of all, Kane Womack, he says we play with our eyes, right? We playing with our eyes. So to me, this linebackers really have to identify who's got the ball, right? And I agree, he should be in this hole right here. What is I guess this a fullback coming through? He should be there.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's just basic football. If you see Wash as a linebacker, you're feeling. There's Wash for a reason. There's a reason why you have Wash in front of you. And this is what I'm saying. It's not the play. It's not the play call. We can't put this on Kane Womack because this is set up to stop.
No.
But there's multiple plays where this happened in third down on pass plays. Dwight, please tell me you got the other clip. But this is the tone setter for me though. This is the tone setter for me. Right. As a Bama player, do we not hold the players accountable in that moment? From that moment there to come out and make the decision to execute on a better standpoint, and that can shift the whole point of the game.
I agree with you there. Can you go back to that clip at the point of attack, man? Can you go back? Watch what happens when this linebacker hits the running back. Watch look how he's getting pushed back.
We can't have it. KB,
exactly.
We can't.
Exactly. That's what I mean, being physical, dominating.
That's sad, KB. But then look at the second and third efforts by it's only one other Vanderbilt player pushing this pile right now at this point.
Exactly.
And the contact was made. The contact was made within a yard of the line of scrimmage. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like this is a key play. We have to hold our players accountable, and that was my point. Now there was a play. I'm sorry. There was a play in the second half. Second half. 3rd and 7, I believe. 3rd and 7, I believe. and we had their quarterback rolling out left. And Jahad Campbell came off of his coverage, and instead of trusting the backside safety help that was tracking Devontae Smith that was tracking, Jahad Campbell wants to make a play and is trying to converge on the quarterback. Devontae Smith angles. If I'm a coach, I don't think my responsibility to Jahad Campbell in that moment, being that he was the underneath coverage, was to come off of that play that ended up opening up the wide receiver. These are mental mistakes made by our players. Me personally, I don't have an issue with the scheme. I didn't expect our run defense to step up this game against this triple option. And they contain 3 yards per carry, guys. 3.1 yards per carry. That is a whole 1.4 yards lower than Vanderbilt's yards per carry average coming into the game. So I believe the defense, for that reason, that 1 point, that leads me to believe that it's not scheme. We need players making tackles. Back to you, KB.
Okay, as far as the third down defense, my thing, why is Vanderbilt converting 12 of 18 on third down, right? And possibly a half of those was on pass plays. Your passing defense.
12 of 18. 12 of 18. I'm gonna give you a stat. Contact made before the line of game on those 12 conversions. The 12 conversions, four of them were passing. Four of them were passing in the second half. Contact before the line of game on all four of those. Players got to make tackles, KB. I remember last year.
I think as we counted them up, I think how many you told me it was what 50, 70 something missed tackles this season?
70 something total. And PFF only gives credit for, okay, I'm tackling you, you break my tackle. That's what they're counting.
Right.
Me, I'm looking at film like coaches do. Okay, we got 4 guys on this pile. He got 3 yards after the contact. Right. We got guys falling off, arm tackling. I'm counting those. We had 8 on the first drive, KB. That's inexcusable. That's I'm there. I can't finish the play. Where is this contact being made?
We seen several missed tackles against Vandy. Several. And those missed tackles kept drives alive. So, I mean, you might have a point. Maybe it's not the scheme.
Hey, but I want everybody to say this, and this is a perfect comment. Maybe the stage is too big for the DC because he did not make no adjustments. Also, players were dominated. Something is off. What's your thoughts on that, man? Because I feel like that's where I feel like I don't want people to get into this mindset that the 4-2-5 cannot win national championships. 3 of the last 5 national champions have run some variation of the 4-2-5 scheme. Nickel set, nickel personnel, 3 true defensive linemen. Most run heavy defensive back sets. They like to bring hybrids onto the field, linebackers that could fill end and inside responsibilities. So it's not foreign to see this be effective.
I agree on adjustments, but there's only so many adjustments you can make. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
If as you say, and I agree, we got to make tackles. Get these guys off the field, plain and simple. That's why you on the field. Your job is to make tackles. Okay. And another thing, I like I said, I was watching Bama Standard, you know.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Is they brought up the question. Could it be the fit? Is Kane Womack the right fit for Alabama with and the players? You see what I'm saying? Is he the right fit? Just like you can say, hey, Kirby Smart, the right fit. Jeremy Pruitt, the right fit.
Yes.
You know, now those were fast and physical defenses. So is Kane Womack the right fit? Let me get your opinion on that.
I honestly have not seen anything that doesn't make him the right fit. Even traditionally, the mentality of our defensive coordinators, what we've seen, he's more relatable to, just mannerism, the way the players respond. To me, he's more of a Jeremy Pruitt, Kirby Smartish type personality. I mean, we see the energy on the sideline. We see his personality. We see his intensity when he's in his bag. I want y'all to look at the sideline. When the defense is on fire, look at the sideline. Look at Kane Womack and how those players respond to him. And I'm gonna tell you, just from personal conversations, this is a straightforward gentleman. So Jaheim Otis leaving, that was a conversation that he cared enough to have with Jaheim Otis. Like, hey man, you're a great player, but this scheme, you're having problems with it. You work it out or do what's best for you. Stop moping around. Let's pick it up. You're either here or you're not. And I can respect the defense coordinator. And for me, in this new age of college football and the mentality that you have to appease to, right? You have to find that good balance. And I think to be in this situation and following the GOAT, he's following up a variation of the same defense, trying to implement a new philosophy, following up Coach Saban, and still trying to maintain the basis of what he knows to work in the SEC is going to be a fine balance. And I think we found where that we can be exposed. You had to find a starting point. How do we adjust? Now going forward, if we see another read option offense and we see the same results, now I'm going to have questions for Kane Womack.
Yeah, like Kane Womack said, this game was a learning experience. Of course, every loss is a learning experience. Me personally, I just didn't like the way Alabama defense was getting dominated. Yeah. That was my main concern. They're getting dominated. And it ain't by a playoff caliber offense or a dominant offense, and you getting dominated. That's concerning to me.
Man, you know what's crazy? I want you to go check out Vanderbilt. Look at every game. Look at their average. Vanderbilt is a consistent team. They don't change up what they do, and they have been doing that to every game. They've been in every game. They can't win on the road right now. That's what they are proving. They can't win on the road. They can't close on the road.
I'm saying this Vanderbilt team is not the Vanderbilt of last year or
come on, man,
freaking 22 or 21. This ain't the same Vanderbilt team. This Vanderbilt team is something about them. They got confidence and they got swag. And that's how they coming into the game, and that's how they approached this Alabama game.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, and freaking what's his name? The quarterback, Diego Pava. He talked about it. He was talking before the game. He was talking after the game. So during the game, they was chirping. So this ain't the same freaking Vandy team.
I'm telling you, man. And the mentality in college football has changed across the board. I talked with a well-respected gentleman over at 247 Sports, Mr. Carl Reed. Shout out to him, man. I think he's like the director of recruiting coordination for 247 Sports. And he had a conversation. We had a conversation about, I want to say June. He said, it's not going to take long for us to see the effects of transfer portal and NIL. He said, we're going to see it this year in college football. He told me. He said, if we get through week 7, week 8 with an undefeated team, it's because their strength of schedule favors them. But as far as skill sets, those teams are not going to be. How many week 1, 80 to whatever games? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many blowouts did we see week 1? It's like maybe 3, maybe 4. You remember it used to be like 15, 16. Everybody putting up 60. Everybody, man, you had Alcorn State playing doggone Pitt or whoever in close games. So the transfer portal is benefiting everybody on their levels. Everybody may not be deep with talent,
right?
But people have talent on their ones, and Vanderbilt has always been scrappy. They've always been in games. They just never had depth. You get a team like Vanderbilt, a little bit NIL, you get a couple guys come in that's right there borderline, academically eligible right there, and you get them out of transfer portal, senior graduate transfers that don't need to be academically eligible. They just want a solid year. They got an opportunity to come and be an intricate part. Oh, come on. And that's exactly what they did. Go look at that roster. Go look at the graduate transfer rate for Vanderbilt right now and look at how their recruiting rankings are in the transfer portal.
I want to talk about something else that I've seen from Alabama that didn't impress me. The leadership on the sideline from the players. I didn't like that from what we seen on camera.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that we was down. Jalen Milroe as the quarterback and the captain is sitting on the bench, head laid back. I'm not saying we should be hyping each other up. That's just me. Okay, we need to get this done or say something. Now it probably happened. We just didn't see it.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. There were some things, and we don't want to keep on raising this issue. I'm in support of Malachi Moore. I don't care who it is in the chat, whoever's watching. I'm in 100% support of Malachi Moore, not for his actions, but for how he responded. It did not take a whole lesson. Like there was space for him to address his teammates, because honestly, if he never came out publicly and said it, as long as he got it right with that coaching staff and his teammates, that's all that matters. Because he don't have to prove nothing to us, but that only thing he got to prove is that he's dedicated to doing what he said he was going to do for his team. But he took it upon himself. He went public and wrote the statement. Then he addressed it multiple times. And I gotta say this, KB. I don't know if you want to be on screen when I say this. It might get messy a little bit. But team reporters at University of Alabama, y'all got to do better with these questions, man. We want to know what Malachi Moore is going to do to be a better free safety. He playing this position that he hasn't been used to being playing under Coach Saban. He's been been put in position to be a one high safety. And we saw a weakness against Vanderbilt. His need to support, being run support, his itch to want to get in there and be in run support is a liability when he's in one high. Let's ask about what type of adjustments he's making to be more patient and trust the coverage in front of him, or trust the people in front of him to do their job. Let's get those questions. Stop with all this mess, this media clickbait stuff. Malachi Moore apologizes again. Okay, let it ride. Thoughts, KB?
Hey, I support Malachi Moore. I just wish he would have done it sooner in the game.
Second quarter. On the third first down. Come on now.
Yes, that's it. If you'd have did it sooner in the game, I wouldn't have an issue. But don't wait till the end when they in victory formation. But for his actions, hey, what did they always say when Tom Brady did some shit? Oh, he's showing passion.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on, moving the goalposts.
With Malachi Moore, what did he do? Nothing more than throw a damn temper tantrum. That's all he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he did. So, hey, players get into their emotions just like everybody else. They ain't no different. You see what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, if it was any other team, the fans or the media would be in support of their player.
Mm-hmm.
But simply because it's Alabama, it's a big issue. So, hey, he's a fifth-year senior. Oh, he should know better. Just because you're a fifth-year senior don't mean you don't have feelings and emotions. That's it.
Right.
That's it. And
but we do expect you to be a lot more composed in that moment. That's too late, Malachi. We need and you know what? I don't even want to. He understands that. I think he looked back at his action and was very much ashamed. I know his mother. Shout out to my boy JB Sports Talk. He spoke on it. I know that family, man. And I guarantee you, Pimo got in that, bro. I'm telling you, I know she gave him hell for it. I know she did.
I mean, like you say, long as he got it right with the coaches and his teammates, we good. And the thing to say,
I gotta hit the horn on this one, because people want to act like this didn't happen under Saban. This is a national.
You had two fights on the sideline under Saban.
In the national championship game, KB.
Yes, in the national championship game. And then Deontay Thompson and Tony Brown got into it on the sideline.
Oh, man.
So things happen under Saban. But the thing about it, they want Malachi Moore to be suspended and all this shit. How many times did Saban suspend a player for fighting or any damn thing? Acting out. Not one. But one thing about it, they want Coach Kalen DeBoer to answer for Malachi's actions like we want him to answer it, right? But guess what? How Saban wouldn't tolerate it. How many times did Saban throw a player under the bus? No matter what they did. You never seen it, not in front of the media. Never. He handled it behind closed doors, just like Coach Kalen DeBoer is doing. So.
And I respect it, and I like that Coach Kalen DeBoer is not changing because of some fair weather fan opinions. You know, because they 2 weeks ago, this is the best transition, the best hire. Kane Womack and this defense looking nice. I can't wait till they figure it all the way out. When they figure it out, it's gonna be nasty. But you got the fair weather radar going off, and it's going off real bad right now.
Hey, I went from saying, "Hey, man, did y'all see that defense? Did y'all see that defense?" To I'm sorry, Pete Gold. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't do that, KB. You can't do that. I'm gonna tell you, I want Marquise Mays and all the 2008 to 2010 players to remember that there was a Georgia Southern game, right? That was a Georgia Southern game.
They ran that triple option too.
Come on now. And this is against the 3-4 that you all say we need so badly. We talking about it. Y'all want to say real? Come on, man. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Piano Man. He called my call in sometime.
Hey, that's my brother right there. Piano Man, solid, man.
One off.
Oh yeah, cause it surprised me. You said, now, KB, this is my gripe. Now we gonna get to the brother talk. Now, this is my gripe, big bro. Hold on, I seen you take a sip. Let me. Shout out, hey, look, shout out our partners, Ghost Energy Drink. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to affiliate partners, Ghost Energy Drink. We appreciate you for supporting the Coach Smook Network. We had to do that real quick. But bro, Pete Golden, apologize to Pete Golden. Can I put some numbers on in front of you real quick?
Man, look, I know what Pete Golden did. Okay. I know what Pete Golden did.
Can you apologize to your people for fueling that, please? Because it's
look,
come on.
I don't apologize too much now.
Come on now.
Hey, it was the Vandy effect.
Okay. I give you that, bro. I give you that, man. I will give you that because I'm gonna tell you what I said. And my community know I don't lie. They know I'm gonna tell it straight up. I said, I ain't gonna say. I said,
say what you said, man.
I said, Saban need to get on the sideline right now. Like I'm talking about these same people that can't get out this Saban mindset. And I said it out. I let it come out my mouth. So I'm gonna take mine. I'm gonna be accountable. But I didn't come on live and say it. I didn't. But when you said apologize to Pete Golden, I said no. It's a crisis. I hit the. Hey, I said,
look. Check this out.
I hit the crisis button.
This is the thing, man. See what y'all didn't hear. Y'all didn't hear me say, come back. I want to apologize for all the negative words I spoke on your name. You know, I ain't say come back.
Look, it might be carrying something. It might be some negative attachment still carrying over from them evil wishes. I get you. You try and break them soul ties. I feel you. Let's clean it up. I feel you. See, they thought they was coming in to see some mess, KB. That's what they thought. They thought they was coming in to see some mess. Listen, y'all, Bama Nation is gonna be straight. That's one thing I want to establish tonight. We get into the fun part of the stream. I want to establish this defense. They have a lot to learn. To go from two gap scheme to being calculated pressures to being free to make decisions. This staff has to trust these players to be athletes, and they're not used to that. That's why you see a lot of the older guys struggling. Deontay Lawson, Jahad Campbell struggling, but then you see Quay Russaw, James Smith, all the other young guys, they get in there, they're making impact. You get what I'm saying? And it's because they're free to play. They're used to this from high school. So it's going to take an adjustment curve. I don't accept a loss to Vanderbilt. No way, form, or fashion do we accept a loss to Vanderbilt. But I will say this defense, the numbers that we put up going into this game, that's inspiration to see if we could just tackle better. That's on players to tackle. Then we could, if the players are tackling 20 yards downfield every play, now we could talk scheme. Well, we're missing tackles 3-4 yards in the backfield. We can't have that.
Yeah. We miss a lot of tackles in the backfield. I give you that.
Yeah.
I give you that. But man, all I can say, man, we just gotta improve all across the board on the defensive side of the ball. We also got improvements to make on the offensive side of the ball, even though we can put up points.
Right.
We can improve there. We can improve all over at every position. All right. And that's what it's about, improving from one game to the next. You know what I'm saying? And that's on the coaches too.
Mm.
So, and we'll see, I think, and I'm hoping that we'll see improvement up against South Carolina. We got to leave that Vandy game behind us.
And that's what I want from the fan base. This is Coach DeBoer's Ole Miss game. When Coach Saban lost to Ole Miss in 2013, everybody wrote that team off. You end that season 11-2. I mean, you don't win a national championship, but you win this. This is a day and age we can have a Vanderbilt wake up call. No, don't accept it. Don't accept it. But if it happened, it happened. Now let's see how we respond against South Carolina. Now, if we come out against South Carolina and they're just bombing us over top, knowing that Sellers is not a deep ball threat, it doesn't have an accurate deep ball, and they're bombing us over top, and we're seeing guys get mixed up in coverages, and we're not getting pressure for that traditional style offense, something that we've had success against, that traditional spread style. Now I have questions for Kane Womack. Now, but to go against the triple option and to see the unraveling of our fan base the way it was, fire Kane Womack. Are you serious? We're 5 games in. We gave Pete Golden 4 years.
Shit, you gave Pete Golden 5 years.
5 years. And come on, man. And we actually won a national championship with this dude, man. And you telling me Kane Womack, who during this same span had a better defensive ratings at the University of Indiana University, better production, because they numbers. 2016, 2017, Kane Womack was the defensive coordinator at Indiana. I might have the years off, but the average yards per carry versus that defense was 3.4 yards per carry. Go look at what the average yards per carry was against South Alabama's defense last year. The run game, being able to stop the run game in the 4-2-5 scheme is not impossible. Michigan's done it. Clemson did a variation of it. LSU did a variation of it under Dave Aranda. Under that national, 3 of the last 5 national champions run a variation of this 4-2-5.
Now, as far as Kane Womack, it wasn't only Indiana. Kane Womack done improved the defense every place he has been. The defense improved every single year. Everywhere this guy done been, he's left the defense in a better position than when he got it. Everywhere. Not just Indiana. And hopefully he can do that for our Alabama Crimson Tide.
I think he can, man. And I think this is the game where he's finally got the full attention of the players, because I don't care what anybody says. The players that stayed through the Coach Saban transition, they have a sense of pride that, man, we got to carry it on. We got to carry it on. And they probably approach this game as if this Vandy team was going to approach him like this is a Coach Saban Alabama team, a Coach Saban coached Alabama team. They had to have a wake up call, man. Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell getting blown up in 2 major opportunities to make big stops. That was not pleasing to me. You get what I'm saying as a fan, and I'm like, okay, maybe you can dial it up, but if we dial it up, they're already missing tackles. Now we're just going to leave it open. Now you're putting Keon Sabb, Malachi Moore, Devontae Smith, all these smaller guys who's not wrapping up already, bro. That's one thing. We got to fix tackling. Number one priority for this Alabama Crimson Tide team, we have to fix our tackling. And that's not a shot at the players. That's execution. That's what you did day one when you stepped on that field and put them pads on as a peewee, peanut bowl, all that stuff. You tackle. You had to learn how to tackle. We got to get back to the basics.
Exactly, man. I think Vanderbilt just came into this game like this is our chance. You know, they got a new coach, first year. Shit, this is our chance. But as far as tackling, yeah, we got to tackle. I remember a game with Nick Saban. They missed a lot of tackles in that game, and Nick Saban said, "We going into next week working on tackling."
We got it.
Here. Y'all will be straight. Kirby lost to Vanderbilt in this for exactly. But guess what? Them dog fans act like that. That ain't happening.
They don't remember that. I got my little brother in the chat, Gary, man. He said something the other day that was so relevant and so prevalent. And I need my Bama Nation to listen when I say this. And shout out to Gary. I gotta give you your credit, little bro. Gary said Georgia fans don't remember anything before 2021.
Trust me, they don't. They don't remember anything before that national championship game. I ain't gonna say 2021 because they don't even remember that SEC championship.
They lost that one. They don't remember that one.
Yes, a guy told me, was in my chat last night. Quiz 1972 or whatever the hell his name is. He gonna say, "Well, we beat y'all for a national championship. We beat Nick Saban for like Nick Saban didn't beat Kirby Smart for a national championship." You see what I'm saying? They just forget shit, man. And then when we talk about them losing to Vanderbilt, guess what they say? Well, we won the number 1 team.
Man, what? And that's crazy. Move the goalposts. And you know what? That's one thing me and you share a passion about, man. Getting at these Georgia fans that just don't want to accept the fact, man. Y'all will never be Bama. You will never, like Kirby is a rich man's Mark Richt. I mean, come on, prove me wrong. Mark Richt, if we had playoff system when Mark Richt was coach, 2 years out of what? I think he was there for 9 years or some crazy joint like that. He was there for a minute. 2 years, he would have been in the playoffs. He would have had an opportunity. He would have had an opportunity. I want to say it was 99 or what? I can't remember, y'all. I don't care about Georgia football.
I know. Well, Mark Richt was in the playoff. Never.
I'm saying he would have if we had playoff system.
Oh yeah.
He would have definitely had an opportunity. 11-2 season 1 year. I think he had 11-2. I think another year he went 9-2. It was a lot of 2 losses.
Mark Richt had a lot of good years.
He left Georgia with a winning record.
Yeah, they won 10 games before he left. The year before he left.
What's crazy is the first 3 years of Mark Richt's career as the head coach at Georgia matched exactly the first 3 years of Kirby Smart's first 3 years as the head coach at Georgia. Same results, same type of finishes, same record. I mean, the records were identical at that point.
Right.
So all you Georgia fans, keep on talking about the past. We still one up on you. We Jalen Miro is 2-0 against y'all. Jalen Miro is going to go to the NFL saying that.
And that's the running back playing quarterback, according to them.
Yeah, that's the running back. You remember just like they told us Jalen Hurts wasn't going to make it to the NFL as a quarterback, and he done played in the whole Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts went undefeated against them.
Oh, Lord. Don't talk about the truth. But for everybody, go ahead, bro.
Jalen Hurts went undefeated. Hey, look, every quarterback in the Nick Saban era, except for, what was the quarterback when Nick Saban got there?
John Parker Wilson.
John Parker Wilson. Every quarterback except for John Parker Wilson and Bryce Young is undefeated against Georgia. John Parker Wilson and Bryce Young, them the only 2 quarterbacks for Alabama since 2007 that freaking Georgia have got a win on. You talked about Jalen Miro so bad. Who you going to be your quarterback? Who going to be your quarterback coming into the 2023 season, and he whoop your ass? Then 2024 season, Jalen Miro can't do that. Jalen Miro, and now guess what? This man, talking about he can't throw, right? This man got the second best freaking completion percentage in the country.
In the country right now. In the country.
Second best.
And he's going to be the first quarterback to reach 1,000 yards with less than 100 completions. That's crazy.
I think Jalen Miro right now got 1,300 yards passing.
Oh, I didn't see the updated. I was looking at a graphic earlier. I might have been looking at an old one.
Let me see.
You should be able to share a screen because people want to trip. They want to trip and talk about Jalen Miro's not doing this and that. Like, bro, the man has 2 interceptions on the season, 5 games in, and he's only been sacked. Hey, somebody pinch me when I say this. Somebody pinch themselves when I say Jalen Miro's. I think the stat was he's only taken 7 sacks in 5 games. Do y'all not understand? We had 7 sacks in 1 game last year. In 1 game.
Jalen Miro got 1,274 yards, 10 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Come on, man.
Yep.
And people still want why are we? And I'm not doubting Ty Simpson's skill set, but what has Jalen Miro done to not garner this respect to be the starting quarterback at the University of Alabama? And I want to say this too. We talk so bad about Kane Womack. I want Nick Sheridan to be able to dial up a drive when we can extend the drive 6 to 8 minutes.
That's what I want to see.
I want to see that. I love that we have a light switch style offense, but when we switch that thing off, when we dial it down, right? I want to see us be able to grind out drives. And I don't think it's an offensive line problem. I don't think it's a run game problem. I think it's just volume. I think it's volume. Give us more opportunities to impose our will earlier in the game. Use those early drives to try to extend, get out of those pass formations. Let's use our 12 personnel as our 2 tight end sets. We got some physical tight ends that are blocking good. KB, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
Check this out. I just want to make a statement before that. Talking about the defense, our offense is scoring so fast.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is always on the field anyway. And that could have an effect on their performance. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So if your offense only got the ball, let's just say a regular game, not Vanderbilt, but if your offense scoring, say you only got the ball 25 minutes and you putting up 42 points.
Come on, man.
Your defense is on the field 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you scoring, if you only taking a minute and a half off the clock to score.
Right. So
your defense don't really have time to recover. But our tight ends, I love everything about our tight ends. CJ Dupree, Robbie Outs, and Josh Quavers. I love everything I see about it. Now the tight ends, I got to give it to them. Those are some physical tight ends.
Very physical. I mean, and I pointed this out the other day. I was talking about CJ Dupree and his effectiveness since he's been at Alabama, not just this year, but last year. Didn't get a lot of targets, but if you think to every CJ Dupree catch, was it not for a first down? Every catch, but maybe one. It may be all but one.
Josh Quavers too.
This season, that's what you see. These guys are stick finders. They will find the sticks and they will sit. The interception, the first interception of the season, when CJ Dupree came in that interview and said, that was on me. I should have sat down. I was trying to get upfield, work for extra yards. I should have secured the ball first. That was on me. Talk with Jalen. We fixed the very, very next drive. You see him hit him on the other side. Same type of play. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people keep talking about Jalen not reading the defense. You got our tight ends. We got tight ends with five plus receptions 5 games in. Last year at this point, we had a total of 6 receptions between our tight ends, and CJ Dupree had 5 of them.
Yeah,
5 games in.
So if Jalen ain't reading the defense, how is he second in completion percentage? If he's not reading the defense, you see what I'm saying?
Has yet to throw for more than 30 attempts. Has yet to throw the ball more than 30 times in a game.
Right.
The only SEC quarterback to not do that.
I mean, you going 15 of 19. You see what I'm saying? 18 of 21 or 22. But you ain't reading the defense. How does that happen? So that's all I'm saying. So
it's just funny. I had to bring this to the forefront, man. And I didn't want people to try to take your stuff and run with it. I knew exactly what was being done in that video, man. I really commend you on being bold enough to say apologizing to Pete Golden. That was bold, man. That was bold. I'm telling you, I know I do some crazy stuff, KB. I go at folks in the chat, all that stuff. I don't care. But to apologize, you know the type of woes we went through with Pete Golden. That was ridiculous. Pete Golden robbed Bryce Young of a national championship.
Yeah, he damn sure did that. But hey, guess what? We had 5 years of Pete Golden, and you just can't forget it. So when you see something,
traumatized. The little sound effect. You be having flashbacks. That's what happens, man. And I'm not gonna lie. The difference, and this is the major difference. We kind of bring it back in. The major difference I see this year, I don't see a lot of plays, and I think we're number, as far as efficiency, defendant plays 20 plus plays or more, 20 plus yards or more. I think we was like number 17.
Right.
17, like that's good. You're talking about across the nation in all college football rankings. We were number 17 as far as 20 plus, giving up 20 plus yard plays, efficiency versus those plays. Third down conversion rate, we saw a crazy shift in third down conversion rate against Vanderbilt. And they did a majority of that in 3rd and 7 or less, right? Where contact was made within 3 yards of the line of game. Before the line of game. So it was a lot of statistics that I started looking at. And I'm like, man, these are not schematic issues, but you can see hesitancy on the field with that read option. I think guys got so used to playing stem, playing off of normal stems, reading off of releases and all of that. You don't get that in that Vanderbilt type of offense. So this was their one. I'm not even going to say their one pass. This was their one wake up. This is what you can see if you don't execute to the T against this style of offense. And if we see another team down the line, let's say Ole Miss comes out and runs a variation of this, we should not see the same mishaps. And I mean, even in the passing game, giving up that much cushion when you got to hug the line of scrimmage. We got to trust our guys. Guys got to trust their technique and stay in the hip. Stay in the hip. Be physical. As long as the ref let you play physical. They let them play physical this last game.
Yeah.
We got to see that amp up against South Carolina, brother.
They let them play physical the past 2 games. So now one thing I think up against South Carolina, we should beat them handily.
Yeah.
Far as Tennessee, Nico, he's not doing as well as I thought he would this season in the passing game.
Oh man,
he's kind of like he's not getting that many passing attempts. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if that's because their running game is doing what it's doing, but Nico is not getting that many passing attempts. I think he haven't had a 300-yard passing game yet. I don't think so.
They're also having some issues.
It wasn't even 200 yards, 2 or 3 out of the 5.
And they're also having some issues with their right guard too. Their right side of their offensive line is struggling.
I think one of their linemen are hurt.
Yeah. So and if we got any Tennessee rubberneckers in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't care about your team that much to really track it like that. I just know I hear things and I kind of reference, but they have an issue with the right side of the line. And Tennessee is going to have problems going forward because, like I said, these defenses, these space-eating defenses, are committed to dialing up pressures. You see defenses like Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Mississippi State, their defense, Kentucky's pressures. Like, these are defenses that are going to be scrappy. Arkansas, they're going to be scrappy. And if you allow teams like that to hang around, a team like Tennessee that needs tempo to be successful on the offensive side, they're not going to see a lot of success. Now, you mess around and give them time. Let that boy sit right there and dissect your defense if you want to. It's over with. It's over with. So I'm ready to see how he continues to develop. And Josh Heupel is really about to see what it looks like when you have to move some pieces around and be able to adjust your offense to supplement your defensive struggles, because that defense is struggling too.
All right. Going back to the defense for Alabama. What was your take? What's your take on the second half of the Georgia game?
Man, I'm gonna tell you this: too much safe call against Georgia.
I agree.
Too much safe call. Kane Womack, if that was his intention to play safe defensively, okay. Let's now, to his defense though, offense could not extend drives.
Right.
I blame. I'm gonna go 50-50 on offensive inability to extend drives. And I blame that on play calling too. Nick Sheridan come out in your 12 sets. We were eating them up in our 12 personnel.
I just feel like offensively and defensively, we should have kept doing the same thing we was doing in the first half.
Yeah.
But me personally, I just think they let their foot off the gas, and it almost bit them in the ass.
And learning curve, man. This is that was their 4th game of the season, right? First, and to set the tone like that against Georgia, I didn't like the way we ended it, but I felt like there will be some accountability there amongst the players. In this day and age, coaches only could say so much. KB, this ain't the 08 to 2011. This ain't the 97 to 2001 range, and like you can't say much for real as a coach and expect recruiting to not take an impact. So you gotta find a balance there, and that's what this staff is doing. They're not used to this roster. This is a whole new group of personalities that they're learning. Now, how are we building our relationship in the midst of adversity? You had one player, and I'm not taking no shots. Jaheim Otis showed what his inner is, who he is when adversity showed itself. You're talking about committed to the snaps, not committed to winning. Not committed to the team development or your development. You're committed to your snaps, what you're able to put out there. And that's your right to have that commitment. If that's you, then fine. So for them to not chase after him or to do, I respect that part of that. That's the side of the mentality, because you're going to have to be like that going forward in college football.
You know what? Personally, I don't think he's going nowhere. I know he redshirted, talking about getting in the portal. Personally, I don't think he's going nowhere. Now, I can see that he's under a new staff or whatever. He been injured also. So that might be the reason why you ain't getting that many snaps or the snaps that you want. You ain't fully healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is. Tony B, he's a troll.
I already know.
Huh?
I already know. I've been seeing them going at it. They've been lighting them up, and he just ain't gonna give in, man.
Hey, that's Tony B.
Tony B, hey, what you gonna be doing when Georgia's looking up at 8-4? What you gonna be? What's gonna happen when that happen? Like for real? Because Georgia, man, I'm gonna leave him alone.
One thing I can say about Tony B, when it comes to Georgia, he don't make too many excuses. He will every now and then, but if they go 8-4, Tony B, boy, I tell you, he'll be so distraught. I mean, he it's like they don't remember before 2021. They don't remember.
Hey,
I mean, they sit here and talk like they Alabama. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? As an Alabama fan,
the real dynasty.
I can sit here and say, I remember 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 when we won the SEC championship. 95, we were still a winning team. Okay. I can remember 2000 to 2007. I can remember 2006 when we went 3-9. But guess what? You can't get a Georgia fan to talk like that.
You can't
be real.
You can't. They won't talk about. They won't remember how many times they really have fell short of being able to be in the same position that we in. Like Georgia has had the opportunity, like multiple times.
Yeah, but who spoiled it? Alabama.
Every time they fail to realize that, man. They fail to realize that. Like y'all keep coming around, they hanging around. They want so bad to get our attention, and when we give it to them, they start making excuses. They start, come on, man.
They keep talking about.
Talk about how bad y'all beat us all them times when we should have beat y'all. Talk about how we almost beat y'all. Give us attention for almost beating y'all. That's what y'all be doing, and that's sad.
All I tell them is almost is the word losers use.
Yeah.
And my thing is, they want to talk about beating us, whatever. Nick Saban is gone. Nick Saban, like I told them, there's only been one head coach in Alabama football history that Georgia got a winning record against, and that's Mike Shula, the only one. And Vince Dooley, that's their king, the best college football coach Georgia had outside of Kirby Smart, and he got a losing record against Alabama.
We've been their daddy.
They want to walk around talking about Vince Dooley retired Bear Bryant. When Bear Bryant got a winning record against him, in the last 2 times they played, Bear Bryant whooped his ass. I don't understand it, man.
Man, they still talking about, man, we don't make excuses. We took our loss. Y'all won an natty. Whoop de freaking do. Y'all are owing how many since that? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, you know what's sad? Y'all couldn't even. We'll give it to you. They get on the South Carolina. Let's get into this thoughts, man. We got about 30 minutes left on this, man. South Carolina, man. I look at this South Carolina team, and the first thing I notice is their defensive front. Very, very explosive up front. Very explosive up front. What you got?
Tony B say I'm full of shit as usual.
hey, man. Hey, Tony B, man, it's all right, man. Y'all gonna, I'm telling you, it's gonna be funny.
Hey, man.
We won't have no Georgia fans in our chat come December. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be so boring around some of our chats because they pull up to our chats more than they go to their own stuff, and it's sad, bro. It's sad.
I was live for the Vandy game. Georgia and Vandy was playing at the same time, and they in my chat. You should be watching Georgia play.
Why are you watching? Why are you? Oh, it's despicable. Like my boy say, it's despicable, man. It's despicable. But jumping into the South Carolina game, man. Like I said, the defensive front is what pops off the screen to me. They have 2 defensive ends that are really athletic, man. Fast, twitchy guys. Not small. These are some big guys that can move. Our tackles are really going to have to step up this game. Communication. Beamer's going to send a lot of stunts up front, a lot of twists, double side twists. A 5-9 twist, 9-5s. It's going to be a lot of stunts. Jalen Milroe's going to have to dissect things, crowding the line of scrimmage. What do you see being the ultimate test for our offense versus this South Carolina defense, which has kind of been a catalyst to their somewhat early success?
You know what? As far as our offensive line, right now, I can say I don't have really any concerns because our offensive line has been playing really solid football. They've been protecting Jalen Milroe. They haven't gave up many sacks so far. They've been doing pretty good in protection. As far as our running back, pass protection has been excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So in that area, I know they'll probably send those guys off the line, but I got a whole lot of confidence in Caden Proctor this year.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Elijah Pritchett, what he gave up, 1 sack, and that was
come on, man. And that's that 1 sack. He's given up 2 this season, but that 1 sack, it was, I mean, for that to be in that moment, that is not the reason why we lost the game. And anybody that's saying Jalen Milroe should have held on to the ball, that's his blind side. That was a blind side read, man. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Hold on. If they saying Jalen Milroe is holding on to the ball too long, Jalen Milroe is getting rid of the ball in 2.2 seconds.
Average. That's the average, even on his deep shot. So that lets you know that we are finding ways. Nick Sheridan, credit to coaching. Nick Sheridan is finding a way. DeMarcus Shepard, they're finding ways to get wide receivers open in early separation, and Jalen Milroe is recognizing it. He's recognizing it. Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, even CJ Dupree and Josh Quavis in the middle of the field on the seams, man. Even the sit routes in the middle of the field, the crossers, everything is working to perfection because this offense is being explained and taught to this young man from a different standpoint of where he can interpret it. And we're seeing it come to life. So offensive line, big thing, big challenge. Running backs, I see the chat talking about the running backs, running game. KB, your thoughts, and then I'll follow you. What do you want to see from the run game in this game against South Carolina? Because this South Carolina run defense, their linebackers are very disciplined. Very disciplined. They're not necessarily super athletic, but they're very disciplined. And their safety help that comes over into the box to help. This is an athletic guy, but he gets very aggressive, and he's not the best of tackles, but he will get in there and be disruptive. Your thoughts, man?
I mean, what I want to see out the running game, if it's working, keep going to the well.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a heavy dose of the running game. If those defensive back get to creeping up, take a shot. But if that running game is working, heavy dose of it. And that's how you put these 7 to 8 minute drives together. And that's what we want to see. So, I mean, like I said, I got faith in this offensive line that they can continue what they doing and they can open up holes for these running backs.
100%.
But I do think that I don't know if he's fully healthy yet, but I think Justice Haynes could get some more carries.
Me too. But I want Justice Haynes to be more assertive with his carries early on. You see, I'm telling you, I feel it. Robert Gillespie, he would not play Najee Harris because of his hesitancy.
Yeah.
He would try to find spots where he could insert him. He felt like the tempo was there to where the offensive line built up momentum, and then he can hit some of those gaps that he knew Najee Harris. And that's what I respect about Gillespie. I think Sheridan needs and Coach Cap, the offensive line coach and run game coordinator, I think they need to find ways to mix in our run game play calling and hitting those effective run plays, which I believe it or not, man, I think we're more effective with our interior run game to the left side of the offensive line.
That's what I want to see. My thing is, I think that our running backs, they're a little impatient. Instead of letting that hole open up, they take it to the outside. Yeah,
and Jam exposed how much more patient he is compared to Justice this last game. Both of his big runs came off of just patience, not necessarily chopping and being fidgety in the backfield, but pressing the line, pressing the path, pressing the flow, and then sticking his foot in the ground and making a decision. So I can appreciate when we see that from our running backs, but let's reward them, Coach Sheridan. Let's hand it off. Let's also, I know people don't want to hear this, but I think we need to continue to allow Jalen Milroe's running ability be an intricate part of this game until it becomes an issue. Health reasons, until it becomes an issue, you run it. That's what football is about. You don't play it safe. You're not trying to save him. You got to use him so that the run game opens up. If we take away, if we take away the 12 to 15 attempts, that we give Jalen Murrow the option to carry the ball, hand it off, whatever. We take away those opportunities. It limits our run game, in my opinion. Your thoughts on that?
Read option. Read option. Give him the choice. Hand it or run it. And you can, like you say, you can do that 10 to 15 times. So, hey, he won't keep it 10 to 15, but you can do that 10 to 15 times.
Right.
So, hey, give him that choice. Let him read that backer who's coming.
100%, man. 100%. So I think that kind of covers. I don't have an issue with our shout out to Trey Brown for giving you them super chats over there. Hey, I want to acknowledge all the super chats over there. My fault, y'all. I wanted to call them out. We had Dougie Fresh come through on my side with the 999. He said T-Takes did a good job dissecting our defense. Even a former NFL coach said our DC play calling was good. He said guys weren't making good tackles and filling gaps. Cover the dive, QB, and run. That's what was said by George Teague. And this is somebody I had a personal conversation with the week before, after the Georgia game. I have people in here. We had a great conversation. I remember talking with George Teague spring game, and he was saying if Kane Woman could get these guys to buy into this flow swarm style, this could be great for a lot of linebackers in this scheme. That's going to be a recruiting pitch, man.
Right.
Look at this style of linebackers that we're recruiting for this defense. You get them guys on campus, get them up to that 235 to 250 range. Guys that could really physically be imposing and beat guys off. Your tackles can't be big no more. That's what we saw a problem with Caden Proctor last year.
Yeah.
Too big. JC Latham, too big. You're going to have to get smaller if you're going to be able to stop these edge rushers that can really seal the edge and helping your run defense, but also get to your quarterback.
Exactly.
So shout out to Dougie Fresh for that one. Junior Two Nights coming through with the 199. He said, thanks for y'all making fire content. Hey, me and my brother get together. It's gonna be fire every time. I'm telling y'all every time. I have no doubt in that. And then the Real Dynasty came on. He said, I'm hearing Kobe Prentice might hit the portal. I haven't heard anything, man.
I seen that on somebody else chat, but I ain't heard nothing on it either.
Listen, I know who I could text. I'll find out for you. I'm not gonna say it's true or not. I haven't heard anything. I know from the meeting, personal source says that Jaheim Otis was the only one that stood alone and spoke vocally about his plans. He was the only one. And I had a members only live. We talked about that. Y'all want to see that? Check your boy out. Come over to the channel and join up. And Trey Brown came through with the $1 super chat to your channel, man. Appreciate y'all for appreciate y'all for supporting the both sides of the content, man. We really appreciate it. So we talked about Alabama's offense versus the defense. I like our receiver matchups against their DBs. I think you'd like the same. I like our receivers against any secondary.
Yeah.
I really believe that. So defensively, I'm gonna let you start it off, and then I'll piggyback off of you, bro. Go ahead. What you want to see? What do you think is going to happen? Alabama's defense versus this South Carolina offense that can be sneaky good, man. If we let them get rolling,
I think this defense is going to come out with an attitude. I think they're going to come out feeling like they got something to prove. I'm sure they've been hearing the criticism. They've been hearing it. So they're going to come out ready to play Bama defense. You got guys on that defense that know the standard. So, and I guarantee you that's what they've been preaching all week. Is about the damn standard. Them veterans, they came through with Nick Saban. They've been teaching that. All right. But mainly what I want to see is physicality. That's what I want to see in making sound tackles. You hit them, you hit them.
Yeah.
You wrap up. That's what I want to see out the defense.
No more of this, bro. Come on.
I hate that shoulder shit.
And they wonder why they always got these slings and stuff on, man. Like, come on.
All these running backs are doing or receiver is bouncing off them. Wrap them up.
100%,
all right?
man.
If you got to hold them to help come, wrap them up and hold it. So I don't want to see no more yards after contact. That's what I don't want to see.
Man. And so and I think schematically, we will see more balance and effectiveness in our defensive line pressure. Something that I don't think people appreciated this last game. There's only so much a D-line could do against a read option style offense.
Yeah.
And reading the keys of what's happening in front of you is not necessarily the best way to go about defending the option. because that's a lot of that is mirrors. It's mirrors. It's
A
smoke.
lot of stopping that read option is on the linebackers, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And we did not see effectiveness from our linebackers. I hate that Justin Jefferson was injured. I feel like this was his game. This was the type of game. I hate that Jeremiah Alexander is injured. I feel like even the likes of Justin O, a true freshman linebacker who has speed and is a sure tackler, something that he showcased very well in A-Day. And since every snap, special teams, you see Justin O getting in on everything on special teams. The physicality, the desire is there. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you kind of highlight, like, what are guys doing? The small things. Who is doing the small things consistently? That's what I think our defense needs. Schematically, play calling wise, I don't think we have a problem there, man. Back in adjustments. We need some back end adjustments. Sab getting a little too loose with that Robert feel.
Yeah,
but reel him in just a little bit. Let him still be him, because I trust his instincts. I think he does great. But him and Malachi have been pressing the last 6 quarters of Alabama football play. I want to see them calm down and trust the play call in front of them, trust the guys in front of them to do their job. Linebackers have to do better, especially being in the middle of that defense. I think our front does a pretty good job. The edges, they do a pretty solid job when we have the right personnel on the field. Personnel adjustments. If I had to ding anything from this staff, the defensive staff, personnel adjustments. I want to see personnel matchups, adjustments made in the game. If I see Red Morgan walk down on another slot receiver, I might cuss somebody out. And that's no shot at that ain't my shot. There ain't no shot at my young boy. He got to learn. Give him time, man. Yeah. Too many opportunities. We watched Pete Golden let what's the young man's name from Tennessee? Jalen Wyatt. We watched Pete go.
DeMarco Helms. For us, it was Jalen Hyatt for Tennessee and DeMarco Helms for us.
Come on, man. We watched this. We watched Pete Golden make this man a first-round draft pick.
You damn right.
That happened under Coach Saban. So for everybody that's saying that this wouldn't happen under Coach Saban, come on, man.
Yeah.
And I seen the comment, do we need to bench Red Morgan? I don't think you bench him. You play him in spots where it's favorable to what his skill set provides.
You know what? Playing Red Morgan the way they setting Red Morgan up for a bright future. Him and Xavier Brown.
Mm.
So you just imagine what those guys can be.
100%, man. 100%.
So I want to get your take on some. What do you think about the players or defensive players coming out? I think it was Malachi Moore that they need to get the call in faster.
So this is what I want everybody to take the context of that conversation correctly. Okay. And this is how it's written. So I'm taking it based off of how it was written and how it was said, how it was communicated to the media, right? Not what they wrote. Okay.
Right.
All right. So in that conversation, they were talking about play call of getting the play call on the field.
Yeah.
Communicating across the field. From the way this system works, it doesn't necessarily start with Deontay Lawson in the middle of the defense. A lot of the direction comes from the free safety. So looking at the sideline, trying to get in alignment, and he's hearing the call. Lawson's giving the base call. Malachi Moore has to be able to look at the defense, or Keon Sapp has to be able to look at the defense and give the coverage call. That's going to echo. That's supposed to echo through the second level. Second level makes the front adjustments. The front gets their dive call, whatever their containment call is up front. They get that call. That's what they're going to do. It's on the linebackers to shift and put themselves in position to react off of that line. That's what the basis of this 4-2-5 defense. That's the effectiveness. You got linebackers who aren't used to doing that, KB.
Yeah.
I know Deontay Lawson has a lot of snaps, but that's the difference. You're putting a lot of pressure. You're putting a lot of responsibility. I ain't gonna say pressure, a lot of responsibility on your interior linebackers. He's got to have to process that a lot faster, and they have to communicate that back and forth in a matter of, sometimes 4 to 6 seconds. And that's a lot.
That's based off how fast the offense is going. So I understand that.
Yeah. So that's, and we're talking about 5 games into a new language, right? A new language. Yeah. So just imagine your first test in Spanish 1 for all my people that had the privilege of getting that high school diploma. Spanish 1. I mean, I grew up. I lived in Panama for 4 years of my life as a young boy, as a young military brat, and I spoke Spanish fluently for 2 years, 2.5 years of my life. And then I come back to the States, being separated from it. Go to high school, 10th grade year, we take a Spanish 1. Some of this stuff is foreign to me. You know, I
Right.
know what the words mean, but I don't know how to put it together so that I could communicate it effectively. That's what we're seeing happen. And we need to see improvement on that. So that's the context they were speaking from. That's how I interpret it. Not Kane Womack isn't getting the right calls in fast enough.
Right,
That
right.
ain't the case, you know. So I want people to kind of look at it from the context of that conversation, the way it was being had.
Okay. I just
So
want to get your take on that.
yeah, and that to me, I saw too much. After the play, you look at DBs after they make a tackle. Keon Sabb getting up, looking for Malachi, giving signals like I caught this, like, but Malachi saying no, I caught this. You know, so that's got to be fixed. That's got to be
Right,
fixed,
right.
and to have that and still be in position to stop plays and make tackles, right?
Yeah.
That it favors me to believe it's not schematics at this point. Guys got to just execute.
Hey, that's a good take.
Hey, I be trying to do my little debate thing. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to somebody. He probably not in here right now, but Ty Hayes really put me on game when it came to projecting points and stuff. And I'm learning. I feel like I'm putting the time in to get better. But you brought some solid statements early on that carried this whole episode, this whole show, to really get people to really see both sides of how two things can be true at once when you bring facts, right? When you bring actual factual evidence and you're able to relate these things. So a lot of people just say stuff, they spit stuff out. Fire Kane Womack for what? This is a gentleman who, before coming to Alabama, has brought, like you said, went to every stop and defensive production, efficiency stats, your 10 major statistical categories have improved under his tutelage.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how we can say fire him with 5 games under his belt when coming into this week, a top 20 ranked defense.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We gotta
at one time we was first and third down efficiency.
come on now. And even against Georgia, they had to go for it on fourth down. How many times in the second half?
Third down wasn't a problem. It was fourth down.
Right.
5 on fourth down.
How many times do you usually go for it on fourth down in a game? Like, come on.
None. Unless you Lane Kiffin. But you don't go for it on fourth down most of the time until the game is on the line.
Yeah. They had to do it. I think 8 times in the second half. Was it 8 times in the second half? They had to go for it on fourth down.
5. They was 5 for 5.
Come on, man. That's crazy. Like you don't as a defensive coordinator, you don't get many opportunities on film to say, okay, this new scheme, this is my language. What does Georgia like to do on fourth down? Go look at how many fourth down attempts. Come on, you don't get, so you have to make those on the fly adjustments. And you only had 5 attempts to do it. Did you give up a score on fourth down? No, but you did give up fourth down conversions.
First downs.
So when you think about it like that, okay, he's putting guys in position, maybe not stopping, but they're in position to make plays. I like the progression of what this defense is becoming. Until proven otherwise, when our averages become giving up 6.7 yards per carry like Pete Golden did in 2017. 6.7 yards per carry, or 2021 Toa year.
Oh,
when interior run game. I remember this stat. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. This stat that was highlighted. The third down conversion rate with the interior run game against Alabama's defense in 2021 was 63%. 6 games into the season. So you telling me that where the meat of your defense is? The play calling was so bad, had guys so badly out of position that teams were saying, okay, we're going to line up and just run it up the middle on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 9.
But I think the overreaction from last week was because it was
Vanderbilt. I can agree. Chat, famines, everybody. I can coincide. I can sympathize with that. I can relate to that. I said it too. I laughed. I laughed. You know the crazy laugh, like I can't believe Vanderbilt.
It's because we're looking at Vanderbilt the way we always looked at them. It's like they can't improve. It's
a sad mindset to have when I thought about it. And I was like, man, I started looking at the roster. I started looking at some of them grad transfers and some of the Vanderbilt right now has 3 former 5 stars on their roster. People want they were 5 stars 5 years ago, 4 years ago, but they went somewhere else. They got lost in the sauce. They got their education. They graduated. Now they're at Vanderbilt. You got Diego, who came into Auburn and Jordan Hare last year, and really just handled that team and same offensive scheme, man.
And that was with New Mexico State.
New Mexico State, and you bring him to Auburn to Vanderbilt and give him an SEC size lineman, offensive line. You give him a SEC caliber running back. You bring a receiver that he's comfortable with, who ended up being his leading receiver for the game. Like, come on, man. It was the perfect mix-up. And Vandy has always played hard-nosed defense. We are not going to act like they haven't.
2 of those guys on Vandy's roster right now, Alabama recruited. Just so y'all know. I'm going to tell you that right now.
The safety, wasn't it the safety? He was like a 4-star safety.
The wide receiver that caught that touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been one of those safety, but I know that wide receiver who caught the touchdown.
Yeah.
But Alabama recruited 2 of those guys on Vanderbilt.
100% KB. So let's get some final thoughts going into this South Carolina game and wrap this thing up, man. I know people have enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, man, in both chats, put some fire emojis, man. And we're not gonna always agree, but at the end of the day, it's Roll Tide. At the end of the day, it's Roll Tide. And I brought my brother on. I felt like this was the perfect opportunity for us to show I'm not saying that you're crazy for thinking it might not work. You can have your opinion. But I feel like this conversation created some level-headedness across our fan base with how we should approach evaluating this defense. I'm telling you right now, because it's going to be a time this season where this defense is going to be needed to be leaned on. And these 75 snaps that they had to play in this game, or 78 snaps, I forget how many it was. It was the first time they played over 60 snaps this season. As bad as you all think we've been in not getting off the field, this was the first game where we've been on the field for that many snaps. There's going to be a time where the defense is going to be conditioned to play that, and they're going to come up huge. It might be an LSU game playing in Baton Rouge. It might be that. It might be third Saturday in October, 2 weeks from now, where we need it against Tennessee. So it's all the method to the madness. I say I don't care to critique this staff's their approach to handling these players. This is a whole new generation of football, and we got to accept it as football fans. But KB, final thoughts on South Carolina game, score prediction if you got one.
Well, I think I did a score prediction yesterday. I wrote it down. It's somewhere around here. But anyway, I did a score prediction yesterday. I know I got us in the 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me see what I got.
He done went and got to the pad, y'all. He done went and got the pad out.
I got Alabama 46-27. That's what I got. But now, I think I'm going to have to change my score prediction. I'm going 46-13. That's where I'm going.
46-13?
46-13. I think our defense is good enough, even though we had a debacle last week. I think our defense is good enough to hold South Carolina to only 13 points. And the reason why, they don't have a very good passing game. Yeah. They don't. Between the 2 quarterbacks, they only got 5 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
Passes. So I think we can hold them to 13 points. So 46-13. I'm looking for our dominant defense to come out and be dominant and establish, basically put their stamp on this game from the first series. That's what I'm looking for.
100%, man. I like that. All right, you spoke more on the defense. I'm gonna give my score prediction. I'm gonna speak more on the offense. I'm gonna go with a similar score. But I think I'm gonna see. I'm feeling more so of a 41-12, 41-13. 41-13. I don't think we pressed the issue with scoring this game. I think this staff offensively comes in with a mindset to find out how to extend drives. And for that reason, I think we see our defense be better on third, getting off the field on third and passing, 3rd and 5+, which we struggle with the last 2 games, 3rd and 5+. But I see us giving the offense more opportunities to create long drives. So for that reason, if we can get 10, 11 drives in this game from our offense, that's a successful day Time of possession, we need to see more of the 60-40 load our favor.
Right.
In time of possession, as far as possession of the ball, I think we see the passing attack. South Carolina is going to play a lot of man. They're going to be aggressive. How do we attack it? Do we continue to focus on the deep threat, or do we continue to develop our intermediate passing game, which has, I want another number guy. Y'all know Jalen Milroe has the highest completion percentage in intermediate passes. That means passes from 10 to 19 yards. He has the highest completion percentage in college football right now. Right now, sitting at 87% completion rating. I forgot who put the stat out. It was on ESPN. 87% compared to last year, 67% from intermediate. 47% of his pass attempts have been intermediate passes, y'all. So let's kill this narrative. His quick passes have the percentage of volume has dialed down this year. The deep ball is still his number one pass, but the intermediate pass, the very pass that they said he could not complete, that he would struggle with, that's his best pass right now this year. So I'm going 41-13 Alabama. Okay. And that's with our defense being the lead, our offense coming out and creating some 6, 7, 8 minute drives, man. If we can average 6:15 a drive in this game, that's a good game for us.
Oh yeah. And another thing I want to see from the defense is creating turnovers, win the turnover battle.
Yes.
So
I think with South Carolina, you have opportunities too, man. Sellers is not the best. He's not. I don't think Beamer and that offensive staff, I don't think they're going to put him in a lot of situations. If they could slow it down and keep it close, they won't put him in a lot of situations to drop back and try to read the coverage. I don't think they won't set him up like that. They know how big of a game this is. You know, they're coming into our house. They want to try to contain him and manage him as much as possible. They're not going to give him a lot of free will. And most teams against coordinators against aggressive defensive styles like Alabama contains, they get beat like that because you're trying to rush or speed them up. How effective can our front be without committing 5 and 6 as a resource? Can we stay with 4? Can we stay with 3 and be effective? Can we get delayed pressure and can we get our guys to bail out in the right lanes to create the second or hesitant look? That's what I want to see. I want guys flying around offensive wise, physicality in the trenches. Offensive line, oppose your will. I think the offensive line has done good. Go down on the early penalties that have been kind of killing drives. It hasn't been a lot of them. Early penalties, though, have killed early drives. It hasn't been a lot of them, but there have been key moments. I think the offense can really set the tone for this game. Defense can really rebound this week. Alabama 41-13.
All right, I got 46-13.
Hey, and then post-game show, man. I don't know what you be doing after the game this weekend, but I would love if you I know you do your post-game show sometimes, but if you're not live this weekend, man, I would love for you to either call in and have a 30-minute segment or come on the live and really break this thing down, man. I think people love this collab, man, and I love it too. I enjoy chopping it up with my big bro KB. I'm telling you, I've been following Black for a minute, bro. Before I came to this content side to do talking Bama football, I was gaming. I used to come in KB chat all the time, and I used to come in under our real name. This was before I changed my handle and everything.
I remember you being in the chat.
Yeah, and so
I didn't know your real name until you was on with Kyle Henderson. I said,
"Yep,
be in the chat."
yep. And so people, I'm telling you, I don't know where this narrative of me being a hater came from. I support all of our content creators. It's just when you hear some things, you gotta go at it. And this was one of those opportunities. P. Golden apology was catchy. You got me. You got me, big bro. I said, oh, he got me. Because when I listened to it and I thought about what you said, and even having the conversation that I'm like, okay, boom, I get it. I get where the energy came from, and I can empathize with that. But for the fans who are really running with this idea that we would have been better off with Pete Golden, cut it out. Please, for the love of God. KB was not saying that. Cut it out. We was cutting them ties, man. We had to clear up our sins. You know, that's what we had to cleanse ourselves of that sinful nature. But KB, I'm gonna let you get your shout outs in, and then for everybody that wants to, I'll be doing a call-in segment for another hour after we end this conversation. I'll be doing a call-in segment. You can check in. I'm telling you, Georgia fans, offense, Y'all pull up over here and talk to me if you want to. KB, on you, bro.
Hey, like I say, I want to give a shout out to the AAA family for accepting KB on this platform. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Kangaroo Click. Tony B, I want to give a shout out to you for being the biggest hater of all time. Also, you can find me on right here on YouTube, Kangaroo Black Show. You can find me on Twitter at Kangaroo Black 1. What else? That's about it. Go ahead, brother.
Straight to the point, man. And for everybody that's over there, man, appreciate y'all for pulling up, man, and showing love. Listen, I know what the energy is like, man. I invited. I appreciate Kangaroo Black. Shout out to the Kangaroo Click, man. Y'all always stepping hard. Hey, and shout out to those Georgia haters, man. Y'all pull up and y'all support harder than some of our own Bama fan base. I know KB appreciate it. I know I appreciate it. Thank y'all for pulling up and really showing us your true colors. You closet Bama fans. That's all it is.
Hey, you know, I keep trying to tell them they got this Bama fan and I'm just trying to get out.
Just let it out.
They won't let him up. But
just
on Saturdays, I'm live all day. Sunday night, I do my live. But Monday, whatever time you want to do it,
let's do it.
We can go live and talk about, the game against South Carolina.
Yeah, let's do it, man. And I think we get me and you speak a lot for a lot of the fan base, man. The level-headed fan base that can get wavery sometimes. I think we speak up for a lot of that fan base. So I would love to do that collab because a lot of people they get, and I don't want to take no shots, but a lot of this stuff is big media agenda push, man. And I said this last time we was together. I appreciate the ones that are okay with, hey, I may say something that ain't for everybody, but for who want to hear it, I'm gonna say it for them because I'm in the position to do it. And that's what I'm gonna rock with, KB, every day, every time, 10 times out of 10. Authenticity above all. Y'all see what we stand for. That's what we about, man. As a matter of fact, KB, I'm gonna get you a shirt over there, man. I'm gonna get you a shirt. I appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna get you a shirt to you, man, because you really authentic, and I appreciate you. So
hey, it's all about being yourself, baby. You can't succeed without being yourself.
100%, bro. 100%. And everybody in the chat, man, if y'all enjoyed it again, man, thank y'all for jumping in the chat. Y'all, hey, make sure you run the likes up on both sides. If you want to, you ain't got to. I know some of y'all, you ain't got to come on this side, but make sure if you over there, my brother live, make sure y'all run them likes up. Every like matters. It all matters. Every share, every subscription matters. Y'all show love. Listen, we represent for Bama. We gonna hold it down every time. Every time me and KB come together, I promise you. It's gonna be a vibe. KB.
And also, if you over on my channel in my live, go ahead and subscribe to Coach Smook.
100%, man. Right, hey, I'm telling y'all, if y'all seeing this now, but it's some stuff in the works. We talked about some stuff. I don't know if you remember, KB, on campus. If this year shape up like we said, it's gonna be crazy when KB and Smook get together in person. And I can't wait to see our communities intermingle in person. Just keep your ears up. Coach Smook always cooking. I'm telling you. I hit KB up randomly like, bruh. And he always all ears. So just know it's coming, man. And he know I'm always on that campus in and out. I'm always finding little, peeking in and finding out little stuff and dabbling. So just know, man, these networks collabing is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to be a big thing. I appreciate you, KB, for joining the show, man. You goated in my book, bro.
Yes, sir. And if you would want to, hey, we can put together a weekly show.
Hey, won't it do it? Hey, chat. I ain't even gonna do that because then folks gonna think I'm being cheesy. But this is something we'll talk about it. KB, I appreciate you. Kangaroo Black, everybody. Y'all give it up for my brother, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Until next time, you do your thing, KB.
Hey, yes, sir. Roll Tide all day, every day, and remember to be blessed. And KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And
nothing but the Tide. Roll Tide, KB. I appreciate you, my brother.
All right, no problem, brother. Take it easy, man.
You too, man. Y'all, shout out to my bro, man. That was good. Y'all. That was very good. I appreciate my brother KB for doing that and popping in over here, man. AAA family. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and popping out. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all did y'all thing. KB's chat, I know if y'all still see me, man, y'all did y'all thing too. KB, I appreciate you for sharing your community and sharing this platform with me, brother. Again, y'all 100%. But we're going to get into the rest of our show now. I'm going to end the live over there for KB. I know he don't want me live on his channel. Let me end that for you, bro. Hey, y'all, again,